So for today, we're going to be looking at the multi-cell set for the Titans. If you guys don't know, we've already done the review video and we've already done the Hunter video. It's both right here. You guys can check them out. Definitely check them out because I do think the Hunter set is really, really good. And I do think the multi-cell set is good in general. And remember that this armor set is going away this Tuesday. So if you get the season pass, make sure you level it up as fast as you can. So that way you can get these sets. So if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, really does help because a huge portion of people are actually not subscribed. So if you can do me a favor, like, comment, sub, hit the bell notification because that also does help. Other than that, let's get into it. So to start off, here is the first set. It's a little bit of a remix of a set that I made for this helmet right here. I just didn't want to use this helmet for this set because I've already done that one. So this one, again, like I said, a few pieces are different, specifically the Dark Age helm, and I think that might be it. So shader primer, it's going to be following the same story as the Hunter, where this not bug, but like this muck thing right here is kind of like sentient and became the Guardian itself, and then sucked the color from the Guardian. That's kind of like the little story I came up with. And multi-cell gauntlets with the multi-cell plate, Dark Age helm, like I said, reticule lock ornament for the Abeyant Leaps, and then the TM Cogburn custom mark with the primer, like I said. So pretty good start. I do think this one is really, really cool. A really good reticle lock ornament set that I've made. To be fair though, I've done a lot of good reticle lock sets, so this one is just gonna add on to the many good sets that I've made. But don't sleep on the default look of it because I do think it's really cool as well. Not with this set, mind you, but this ornament, like the base look of it, is still really, really good. The biggest thing I could tell you, if you were like, well, I don't have like the Cogborn or the Dark Age, which both of these, funnily enough, are from dungeons. The best thing I can tell you would just be like tactical. That's all. Like the best thing I could tell you is just make sure you're using pieces that are tactical, because I could just literally do something like this with this, and I think it's still going to retain that tacticalness. I think the Veteran Legend mark is going to do a better job at that, but then you can switch out the helmet if you really, really wanted to and be like, well, I don't have that, or I don't like this. Completely valid. I would probably tell you like this one's a really good choice. This one's really good because it's like actually tactical, or at least the set that you get from it is tactical as fuck. I would say Biosphere Explorer is really good. It's just that this doesn't change color, but I do use this helmet in a later set, so that's why I'm kind of like, no, not that one, because you'll see that one, or you can do this one as well, which is actually going to be really, really good. So yeah, when it comes to that, you can really go full like just tactical set, and it's going to look good because the armor underneath the muck is tactical. So let me know what you guys think about the first set. As for the next set, we're going to be using the multi-cell helm with the multi-cell plate, the Flex Enhance Replicate for the Synthoceps with the Potentiate Treads ornament that goes with that, and then the Tekken Regalia mark. Shader-wise, Sanguis, because it's a really good shader. So obviously I'm going for a Siva look, duh. And I do like this. My only gripe is that I wish I had a better shader for it, because you guys can see like there's like, it's like red from here, which is really cool because it makes it look like the strand is, or not strand, the well, I guess a strands of like meat or nanites, whatever, is going across this, like right here. That's kind of like the main thing I was going for. But unfortunately, like I said in the review video, which again, definitely check them out because we go through a few shaders. The biggest problem is just trying to find a shader that has a really good red, because this one's decent. I'm not a big fan of it though. Like, that's gonna be the biggest problem here, is just finding a really good red glow, because there is a few that I can think of. Like this one's pretty good. It's just the fact that, like, I guess this is just a problem with this armor for the Titans, is just there's a blue overglow which is like all over the place, which is pretty terrible. So like, I guess at that point it's not the shadering problem. That's more so just the actual chess pieces, or the pieces of this is just shaders really terribly. So it's, yeah, like that's just really, really bad. So hopefully Bungie does fix that, because I do think that's really problematic, considering this one's probably the best thing for it, because there you can still see that blue in there, but it's less than the other one. But I also don't like this for what I'm going for, so that's a really annoying thing to like have to work around. because it's not just the chest piece and the helmet, which I don't even think I noticed that in the review video, but it's also heavily in the mark. The mark is the worst one, bro. So actually they're probably all terrible. So that's gonna be the biggest problem about this armor set, is just shadering it is just the biggest bitch in the world, which is why I tend to use pure arms for these sets, because the arms are probably the best piece. So let me know what you guys think about this set. As for the next set, Biosphere Explorer Helm, Multicell Gauntlets, Multicell Greaves, Grant's Vicksburg Ornament for the Axiom War Rig, and then Intrepid Exploit Mark. So yeah, this one is actually really cool, specifically because Atlantis Wash is doing heavy lifting here, because unfortunately the Biosphere Explorer helmet, this bone color does not change color, and thankfully the Atlantis Wash is almost a 1-to-1 with that yellow. So that's exactly why I'm using the Atlantis Wash, because this horn right here looks really good with this. Kind of makes it seem like it's the same like a carapace kind of thing, which is like kind of like the whole thing of, or the whole vibe that I was going for. If you really want to, you can definitely switch out the mark for what I would think is the better choice, which is this one right here. This one's definitely the better choice, just because it's a lot more, has more bags, which fits with the Grant's Vicksburg Ornament, has a bunch of bags in the front, but it's also longer, which is something I like a little bit more. The only reason I didn't want to use it is because I was already using it for another set. But if I'm being honest, this is the class item that I would use with it, just because I like the plate here as well, because this is part of the mark as well. So yeah, this one is probably my favorite. Is it the best Grant's Vicksburg Ornament I've made? I don't know, because I haven't seen them in a while. So I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna like take a leap of faith and say probably. But yeah, this is probably the more cooler one in my opinion. And then last but not least, the Chlorphita Helm, the Multicell Gauntlets with the Multicell Mark, Veritas Plate, and then the Hip Waiter Ornament for the Dune Marchers. Sato Tribe, because that's the best shader, and I'll be honest, I don't really care too much for this one. Not saying it's bad, mind you, it's just kind of like very much whatever. Like, it's, again, like I said, it's not like the worst shit in the world. It's just, I think for what I was trying to do, I kind of can respect the idea, but I would probably just go back to this one. Chest piece would definitely have to be switched out for, I think it was this one that I was using, right? Yeah. And then the mark is probably the more annoying part, so I would probably do this one, because the goop on it just really pisses me off. So that's why I'm like, I don't really care for that. I'd probably do this, and then the Chlorphita, like, you know what, hold on, I would probably, hold on, let me see, do I have it still unlocked? I don't. Fuck. So give me 1 second while I go see the really cool Dune Marcher set that I made a while ago. Okay, so I'm looking at it right now, and I really like it. There's problems with it though, bro. I might have to look up that video again, because I did make a set that I really liked. The only problem is a lot of things, actually. So I would most likely, because I'm trying to, hold on, let me see. I guess we're making a new set right now, because I'm not really a big fan of this set. I mean, to be fair, it's not like the worst set I've ever made. Like, this looks pretty decent. I would definitely switch out the fucking mark though. The mark pisses me like right off. Something like this I'd probably do. I feel like this would be a little bit better. Helmet, I'd probably go back to the one that I made before, so this one right here. And actually, hold on, you know what, how does this look? Not the worst shit in the world. Yeah, I guess I could do this. And the funny thing is, like, this, oh wait, you know what, let me fuck around with this real quick, because I just had an idea pop into my head. Yep. And then Mark, I guess I'll do this one for now, and then we can switch out the shading for like an orange one. Definitely not you though. You looking a little rough. Yeah, you can see the blue on the arms. That's really unfortunate. So I guess I'll just stick with a blue. Yeah, I guess I'll stick with that, but I'll switch out the mark for this one. Chest piece is taking the pieces that I really don't want. Hold on. Let me switch out you, and then chest piece will be switching you out with this one, I guess. You know what? I don't mind this one. My only gripe is like this arm is so devoid of like everything else, but I could also spin that as like the arm is making it into a hive type of thing. So yeah, it's funny because like I don't think the mark is definitely the worst piece. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The mark is pretty dog shit, so I never would probably use this ever. And the arm is definitely the best because I think I use it aside from like one set. Because like look at this, like yes, no, yes, yes. So arm is definitely the best piece, but let me know what you guys think. Appreciate y'all coming from this point again. Had a lot of fun making these sets, surprisingly, because the arms are just that good, bro. Like I really fell in love with the arms. Not saying the chest is bad by any means, or any of the other pieces aside from the mark. The mark is straight up doo-doo butter, but I do think a lot of these pieces are worth your time. So let me know what you guys think. Titans, remember, join the Discord. We have like 5 or 6 people now, which is super cool. And I will most likely start actually doing stuff with y'all probably, I was going to say next week, because next week we're going to be getting some new armor, and I would definitely want to see what you guys are going to be doing with that. But remember, join the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe really does help. Shows me that you actually like the content. Other than that, be safe. I will see you guys later.